in
This is
losers quarters yet. This is
really
losers bracket. So this is the match right before losers quarters. But yeah, so what were we gonna say?
This is losers
It's just losers bracket.
quarters, isn't this?
No, it's like
Semis.
the match before.
Oh no,
quarters.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
So we're right into it. Zelo, very good bow player, probably one of the best, if not the best, in the world. But he is EU, so he does have a ping disadvantage in these games against Logic. But that hasn't stopped him before. He has he actually had won Gravy Cancel before.
Yeah, he's had very consistent Gravy Cancel placings, regardless of the ping differential. Like, he's done quite well. Logic tossing the sword aside, goes for the spear, toss into the mine, I believe, but he actually just misses it. And Zeloxory gets that neutralite into the bomb.
Wow.
Perfect spacing with that to be able to get as much off of that as possible. And he ends up taking what was originally his deficit into his lead. Logic hits him with the side air. Another side air comes out, actually. Zeloxory is running low on jumps. Down air actually comes out, but doesn't actually punish. And Zeloxory hits him with the side air into a down air.
Ooh.
That's it. Side air, down air. Excellent punish.
Zelo does that, dude. His edge guards are so solid. Like, he has some of the best edge guards in the game, and Bo is so good with them. Like, he hits those dares so consistently. It's pretty insane. But
recovery and a neutral air comes out from Logic, and Logic tries to finish it with a weapon toss. Zeloxory, however, makes it back. Side sig comes out from Logic. Logic fishes for a D-Light, wants to get that side air finish onto Zeloxory quickly before he takes too much damage. Zeloxory has the neutral air, goes for that GC side sig. D-Light side air, that should do it.
Yeah. Finds the kill. And Logic keeps the sword. And he's just going to do everything he can to starve that weapon. Yeah, he even just picks it up. Misses his downlight. Ends up dropping the combo completely.
Logic holds onto the spear. Goes to that pogo stick. Zeloxory holds onto the bomb himself and is just not even charging it. He just tosses it aside, doesn't want to do any kind of weird trade. Definitely probably wouldn't favor him. And Logic has the sword, goes for that D-Light side air, actually connects. Zeloxory gets hit by another D-Light, but he actually misses that down air follow-up and goes for a neutral air, tosses the sword aside, tosses the bomb into Zeloxory's face, and he actually goes for a neutral stick that gives Logic the ability to punish, but that neutral air stops Logic from getting that downlight. Zeloxory doing excellent side sigs right now with these guitars.
Ooh. Those side sigs getting a little predictable, though. Logic's not falling for him. Yeah. But yeah, Logic has dropped a lot of downlight combos, and we see he's just going for normal siders now. And he drops that one, too. That would have killed.
I feel like Logic that downlight actually carried him off the platform, and he wasn't ready for the jump. But yeah, a lot of D-Light siders being dropped. Ooh, a sider comes out. Zeloxory recovers high. But yeah, it's interesting to see Logic drop things that should be so easy to confirm. And another downer comes out. Man. Zeloxory on point with those offstage dares, and Logic loses his stock. He needs to end the stock quickly. That mine is definitely not something I want to see on a fresh stock. Holds onto the sword, goes for a cider, and Zeloxory actually dodges in place. Excellent dodge. GC neutral stick comes out, and that will do it for sure. Cider alone would do it, but a cider into a bomb, definitely.
So we're back to neutral, but Logic's actually hitting his downlight combos and just keeps on going, getting Zelo down to deep yellow already. Looking pretty good, but game's refreshed again. Zelo's looking for some Qatar stuff. Logic still looking for his downlights, I think, but...
Ooh, that down sig being charged slightly actually works out. Logic is trying to get back onto the stage. Side sig comes up from Zelo. He gets a neutral light into a recovery. Logic nearly... If he gets hit by another one of those, he'll definitely be killed. Goes for a GC neutral sig. Doesn't work out. Down sig comes out. Zeloxory gets that side sig. I feel like Logic was dodging in place, and Zeloxory was ready to punish with that signature. The Ember Qatar signatures are always the most terrifying to me because there's so little recovery time to them, especially the down sig. Usually you can just act immediately after them, and Zeloxory shows how good they are by ending the stock.
They were actually nerfed recently. I remember, like, because her Qatar sigs have always been absolutely amazing, but they wanted to try to make her bow sigs pretty good and tone down her Qatar ones, and that was the last patch. And I don't know how much of an effect that has. I actually didn't go in the lab with that at all, but
I wasn't aware of that either.
Very interesting stuff.
Logic goes in with the spear, tosses it into the air, gets rid of the bomb, and immediately has a weapon advantage over Zeloxory. But that doesn't stop him. He goes in for a dive kick into a neutral light. Logic gets punched by that neutral air from Zeloxory. Side air comes out. Zeloxory waiting for Logic to approach. Neutral air, or neutral light rather, into a side light. Neutral sig comes out, and Zeloxory is just controlling the ground right now as Logic tries to get a weapon. There's the sword, D-Light Cider into neutral sig. One of those GC neutral sigs finally connecting, but Logic's in a dangerous position to get killed by a down air.
Zelo is just reading Logic like a book. Like, Especially with the ping, it's important to be able to just read because you can't do as many things on reaction. He almost gets gimped, but he knows how to recover, and Logic actually ends up killing himself in the attempt to gimp Zelo.
Yeah, trying to...
Zelo is pretty deep into the orange, so it won't take too much, but...
It's still a devastating stock to lose to yourself. It would be a lot better if you ended up getting a trade opportunity, but he didn't even get an opportunity to hit his Zeloxory there. He was just on the side of the stage trying to get his jumps back. There's a D-Light Cider, however, sends him in the red. Mine dodged onto it. Logic reads that dodge forward, and Zeloxory loses his stock off the top.
You just throw it in front of them, they always dodge in. Always dodge in.
There's that double D-Light recovery that we're used to seeing from Logic. Goes in for a D-Light downer as well, and Logic's actually putting the damage on his Zeloxory quite quickly. Gets that neutral light, but doesn't go for a recovery follow-up this time. Side stick comes out from Zeloxory, down stick from Logic, and Zeloxory's just dancing around the map with these signatures. 2 down sticks in a row. The second one hits, and Logic's sent into the orange. Bomb in hand, tosses it straight up. No, off the map, into a side light. Zeloxory goes for the bomb trade, and gets the better half of it for sure.
But Logic does get back on stage with his sword, finds the down sig. It's interesting. Oh, he hits the neutral sig.
It doesn't quite kill, though. It puts him into the red, because Zeloxory was in the orange before that connected. But what's interesting?
Very, very equal game. I don't remember.
Oh, okay. Bow's tossed to the side. Logic. Ooh, doesn't have a weapon. Gets hit by that Cider. Zeloxory gets hit by the recovery, doesn't quite kill either. Both players are at kill percent, essentially. The side air comes in. No, side light comes in from Logic and goes for that GC neutral stick. I feel like if he just jumped and did a side air, that would have been better than that option. Either way, side air comes out from Zeloxory, and both players are just a victim of being killed by anything at this point. Zeloxory goes for that ground pound and gets punched by a down air. Very risky ground pound. Like I said, a quick aerial that has less landing lag, I feel like would have been better in that case. And Zeloxory tries to punish it with a quick side light. Doesn't work out, and Logic gets that double D-light into recovery, into a side air.
Zeloxory. Wow.
Ooh, goes for that recovery and actually just barely misses it out on it. Side air comes out. Logic's going to make it back again. Bomb comes low, and Zeloxory, there's the neutral that will finish it.
Wow. Logic had so much damage on him that Nair sent him, like, flying just straight. Absolutely insane. But, yeah, Zelo's already in orange. Logic dropping another downlight combo. Like, if he loses these games, or if he loses this set, it's going to be because of these drop downlight combos. He's dropped so many this set.
Zeloxory holds on to the bow.
Very uncharacteristic.
He's not getting rid of them, and ooh, there's the Nair that comes out. Puts a little bit of damage onto him, but no follow-up. Zeloxory just playing really slowly, gets that side air, trying to avoid any downlight side airs from Logic as possible. Tosses the bow towards his face. He nearly jumps into the mine there, and Zeloxory tries to start a string off with a D-light. Gets hit by a D-light side air from Logic. Ooh, Logic feints a GC neutral stick. I know he was thinking about it, and we're back to neutral.
Wow, Logic doesn't punish that whiffed signature at all, and ends up just getting smacked by a side air, and gets hit by the down sig. It doesn't kill, he's just barely alive right now, but the ground pound comes out with his side air.
Very lucky side.
He finds the weapon, but the side sig comes just a little too early.
Ooh.
Logic finds the spear, interrupts the down sigs out.
Oh, in game 2.
And
that was unfortunate.
Yeah, the sidekick actually almost helps him out there. That was cool.
Because that side air from Logic was quite well placed, reading the fact that when an Ember does her down stick, she pulls back. So oftentimes moves that people try to do onto an Ember who's standing in the same place, the move will barely miss, and then the down stick will punish. That's why it's so great. But he actually spaced it well enough to be able to punish Ember for going for that move, but still doesn't manage to get to the game, and is knocked out of the tournament 2-0, and Zeloxory moves on to losers quarters.
It's too bad. Logic was playing very, very good, but for the matches that he played, but he got to this game against Zelo and he just dropped like every downlight combo. Not every one, obviously, but he dropped like 20% of them, and that's a lot of damage to throw down the drain, and it ends up costing him in the end.
So now, still not moving on to losers quarters, we have our final losers bracket match. Before we move on to the official names, and it's going to be between Vex's Antipop versus UZ Physic. Physic being the Sentinel main that we saw earlier today in winners in Antipop. I'm believing, didn't we see him get knocked out or no? I'm trying to remember. No, that was Boomy. That's right. Antipop fought against Logic.
Right. So Antipop and Physic. Physic, who was the one that Physic lost to? He lost to we watched it on stream. He lost to Wilson. Annie Pop is like polar opposite of Wilson. He's a very aggressive player. So yes, sorry. He's a very aggressive player, especially with his guitars.